Hey Blayne,
Hey Seb, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are
Can I have
you?
you just look at the camera and smile for a selfie?
Oh,
Ready?
yes, of
Three,
course.
three, two, one. Have a good chat.
Thank you.
First off, I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you. Same to you. I
So,
very much like your Mickey Mouse wreath. That's
oh
great.
yeah, I got it for Christmas last year.
That's great.
Yeah. Anyways, I just finished rewatching Peter Pan 2 on Disney Plus.
And does it hold up?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it tells an entirely different story, years after the events of Wendy and the kids.
I really like the story that they tell through Jane of the first lost girl and all that stuff. I
Yeah,
thought that was really clever and good writing. Happy to be a part of it.
I totally agree. Anyways, I got some questions for you relating to
Yeah,
Peter
please.
Pan. You've played the voice of Peter Pan in the 2002 sequel, which I just mentioned, Return to Neverland, where the character met Wendy's daughter Jane. So,
Mhm.
in your own words, how would you describe your performance of Peter Pan compared to the original performance from the late Bobby Driscoll? I don't even know how to pronounce that name. In 1953. How would
Yeah,
you compare
right.
that?
Yeah. Well, Bobby Driscoll is kind of, he's an icon, right? Like Peter Pan that I grew up with was him, and he was like the inspiration for the look of Peter as well. And when I first auditioned for the role, they were looking for me to audition for a Lost Boy, and I'm like, I've seen Peter Pan so many times, I feel like I can hear his voice in my head. And would it be okay for me to audition for that? And they said sure. But basically to me it's a cross between kid's voice, but also this 1950s kind of Wally Cleaver kind of style with the excuse me, gee, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Just the lexicon of the time. And I really think that's what it is for me. Is I go back into what it would be like to be on one of those 1950s TV shows, and golly, beef, that kind of thing.
yeah,
Really is what gets me
definitely. Anyways, here's the next question.
there. Okay.
Peter was also featured in a couple of episodes of The House of Mouse on TV back in the day. I forgot to mention that. Do you have a favorite memory of voicing the character in either The House of Mouse or Return to Neverland?
I mean, I have to. My favorite was Return to Neverland, just because it had a whole arc. In House of Mouse, I would just show up for a little bit, do a little Peter, and then get out of there. And also, they made me
Yes.
sing a couple of times in House of Mouse, which
Yeah.
I was very nervous. And I didn't think they were going to use me as the Peter's singing voice because I'm not very good at it. But luckily for me, they decided that Peter wouldn't be that great of a singer. So Peter and Blayne Weaver are both not the best singers.
I don't blame
I
you.
love the movie more, but I love anytime they call me to do anything. It's so fun. It's always such a weird job because it's like, of course it's usually a cartoon and it's like, explain to me what this is again. Like, where am I? I'm flying in and I'm talking to Mickey. Okay, cool. I got that. You kind of imagine it, and then when you actually see it finished, it's like, it's really cool.
Yeah, and it is really cool. Anyways, here's the third question.
Okay.
Some people might already know this, but Disney Plus have a new live-action remake of the Peter Pan story coming out next year, hopefully, that is, and it's titled Peter Pan and Wendy. Is there anything you can expect to see from the film's cast and the character performances, including Jude Law as Captain Hook?
I don't know. I'm excited about it. Like, I often think of myself as much of a fan as part of the Disney world. Obviously, a live action is going to be different from the world that I'm in. But I got to do a play last year called Peter and the Starcatcher, where I played the Captain Hook part, which was really fun. So I think Jude Law is a great actor. So that's definitely going to be a blast to see what they can do with a live action Captain Hook. And I just hope they, stay with the themes of staying young and Peter's boyishness, and that most of the Peter's problems are not, malice or anything like that. He's just a kid, and he loves to play and frolic and swashbuckle. And I'm sure that knowing Disney, that they'll be able to knock that out of the park.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in 2022.
For sure, some good sword fights, right?
Yes,
Captain
definitely sword
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah, and to end on a lighter note, I actually have a picture disc vinyl of the original Peter Pan soundtrack, and I would like to show it to you right now.
Oh, great! That's awesome.
This
Looks
I
just like-
got, this I got for Christmas 2 years ago.
That's really nice. Very cool.
So you see Peter on one side of the disc, whilst on the other side, you see
Oh, yeah.
Peter,
Right.
and the same goes for the kids in Tinkerbell on the big hand on the Tower of London.
Right. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Yeah,
It's a nice
if you have a vinyl player, you should definitely play this on repeat.
I on repeat all the time.
Yeah,
Oh, well, it looks like
Please.
we're running out of time, but it was really nice talking to you.
you too, Blayne.
Hey, have a
And-
great Christmas, okay?
You too. And stay well, and stay healthy, and remember to keep smiling.
We'll do. We'll do.
Okay,
You
bye.
too, my friend.